Yes, we have seen a clear weakening of the German economy. As soon as tomorrow, we also get a first reading for the third quarter GDP growth, and most likely that will show that Germany actually contracted in the third quarter. This could be interpreted as a temporary blip because the car industry had a serious problem because of idiosyncratic issues for the industry. But still, the discussion has started. What has to be done to keep Germany on top of its economic growth potential? And there has to be a lot which has to be done. We're talking about digitalization, also artificial intelligence, one of the top priorities meanwhile by the German government. And clearly the structural changes we are seeing in several industries, like the car industries, is very much on top of the agenda of discussions also here at that Süddeutsche Zeitung Economic Summit. I yesterday caught up with one of the wise men of the German Economic Council, Christoph Schmidt, and asked him where he sees the major risk to the German economy. Take a listen.
The major risks are long-term in nature. In the short term, everything looks quite okay. But in the international environment, the trade conflicts, the upcoming Brexit, possible problems, turbulences in the euro area, these are international elements of the international environment that are disturbing and disconcerting. In the domestic realm is especially demographic change. We already have shortages of skilled workers. More than half of the expansion of employment last year has been coming from migration. And so we need even more migration in the future. We also need to take care that we make more out of our own labor force potential. And that means more market economy also in the labor market in Germany, not more distribution, redistribution, but rather more efficiency would be in order.
Clearly, if you're talking about more migration here in Germany, what everybody means is qualified migration along the lines of the Canadian model, for example. This is in the making, according to the Interior Ministry, in order to lure more people with the right skill set to Germany. In the meantime, if you look at the economy and if you look at Germany as a place to invest your money, you also can look at the concept, sort of in an equity scenario. And I also had to ask him whether he personally would put his money into Germany, looking at all these constraining factors of the growth model of Germany. So take a listen of what he said else.
German enterprises, German companies, especially family-owned businesses, are strong. They have found ways to deal with structural change. We have the highest employment that we ever had in the history of the Federal Republic now, despite tremendous structural change in the past few decades. And I think that story could continue, but only if we embrace change, not if we just want to defend us from it.
Embracing change is nothing really which is very dear to the heart of the German soul, I sometimes have the feeling. But still, do you think that politicians here in Berlin have woken up to the fact that things have to change if we don't want to lose out in the global race?
I would wish more commitment to embracing structural change, to finding a good path into a new digital and globalized future. I think we have too much talk in the German political and social discussion, societal discussion, about keeping everything as good as it is now. I think we need more adventurous entrepreneurs, and we need a better economic policy to provide them with the environment that they can strive in.
Let's look at the political wind of change, because clearly we are seeing changes coming with the gradual departure of Angela Merkel. Do you think we'll get a positive sort of tailwind from that?
Well, change always holds the promise of a new beginning, and so we can be hopeful that within the next few months we will see interesting developments in the German political scene, one way or another. If the German policymakers really don't embrace structural change, we need to adapt to new circumstances very harshly in some years to come.
So it seems that with the gradual departure of Angela Merkel and all the changes going on here on the political scene, there's also more and more talk about reforms and needed reforms on the political level, which then will hopefully also benefit the economy. With that, first of all, I'm sending it back to you.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.